Our I can statement for this video is I can graph a two-variable equation. And our variables, remember, are letters that represent numbers. Today we're going to be using x and y because those are the two parts of our graph. There are two axes. So right here we have a coordinate grid. And a coordinate grid is a place where we can plot coordinates. So if I said, well, let's actually start by labeling the axes. This is our y-axis, and this is our x-axis. So if x was 2, it would be somewhere on this line. If y was 2, it would be on this horizontal line. These numbers represent y, and these numbers represent x. Let's start out with an input-output table or a T-chart showing x and y. So if I have x and x is 0, in this case, y is also 0. So I will come over here to the grid, and I will find that if x is 0, it's going to be on this line somewhere, and if y is 0, it's going to be on this line. Well, where they meet is where I put the point. So I plotted 0, 0. My next point is 1, 1. Now, if I want to, I don't even have to look at the next one, and since this is a linear equation, it's got two variables, all of my points should be on this line connected by those two points. Let's place this line over it and see if that does work. And it goes straight through those points, and let's check our last point. It says 2, 2. So let's check that. If x is 2, I go over here, and y is 2, up 2. That's on the point. That's on this line. So I plotted this information, and it showed me that all of these points are represented by this information over here. So if I were to continue this graph, I could see that it would go 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and all of those are right here. So if I had x of 4 and y of 4, yep, that's on that line. So here's a new set of data. We can plot these as well. So if I have x of 2, I have a y of 4. Let's find that. I go over to x of 2 and y of 4, and there's my first point. Next I have an x of 3 and a y of 6. So I go over x as 3 and y is 6. I'm going to put in my line now, and then I'm going to check to see if the other point falls on that line. So I'm going to connect that there. Just about perfect. And I'm going to check my last one. X of 4, y of 8. So I go over x4, and I go up and see where it hits the line, and yes, y is 8. You might remember from our algebra unit that this T-chart here can be written as an equation. If I know x, how do I find y? So I would say y equals, and I need to figure out, if I know what x is, how do I find y? Well, x is 2, y is 4. What did I do to x? It's either plus 2 or times 2, and then I'll get y. Well, let's check the next one. If it's plus 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. That does not equal 6, so that doesn't work. Let's try times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. Yeah. So y, down here, equals 2x. This line right here represents y equals 2x. What if x were 0? Well, 2 times 0 equals 0. So if x is 0, y should equal 0. Well, let's look. Would that make sense for this line? Yeah, it looks like it would. It looks like it would go straight through 0, 0. This time we're just going to use an equation. So y equals x plus 3. Well, I could make a T-chart to help myself out. If x and y. Well, if x is 0, x plus 3, that would equal 3. Y would equal 3. if x is, let's say, 3, I put that back in here. X is 3 plus 3, y would equal 6. Now I have 2 points, and I can plot them to make a line on my graph. Let's first plot 0, 3. So I could write that as this ordered pair right here. This is x and this is y. So this says 0, 3, just like on the left side here. 0, 3 would be x is 0 and y is 3. So I would start here, yep, x is 0, go up to 3, y is 3, and I would plot a point there. Then I would go to 3, 6. So I'll go over 1, 2, 3, there's 3, and up to 6, and plot my point there. And I will put my line in. So there's my line, and I plotted points 0, 3 and 3, 6. Let's see what other lines or what other points would be on there. So let's pick another number for x. Let's say 7. 7 plus 3 would equal 10. So my ordered pair on the right side, if x is 7, y would be 10. Let's see if that's on the line. Here's x is 7 up to y. Yep, that's 10 right there. Perfect. I could also do something smaller. Let's do 2. If x is 2, x or 2 plus 3 is 5, so my ordered pair would be 2, 5. And let's check. 2, x is 2, up to 5. Yep, y would equal 5. So I've plotted all of these ordered pairs on my coordinate grid. And actually, I only started with 2 points. I started with 0, 3 and 3, 6. And that gave me this line right here. That line represents this function, the equation y equals x plus 3. That's exactly what this line means. That means whatever number I plug in for x in this equation, y will be represented on the line as well. And that's what the other ordered pairs are there. But I only needed to plot 2 points in order to know what my line looks like, and then I connected the line.